You ever heard the story about how big hair and Fabergé eggs came together to save the environment? This reminded me.
If you were in the 20s, in the 80s, how did you get your hair to stay?
So she got scores of responses, many of which said,
"Now it is time for the #1 product that everybody suggested. Aquanet. 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 Aquanet."
So Fabergé made these beautiful Easter eggs for the Romanovs, and the family eventually sold the Fabergé brand to a guy who later bought Aquanet. And the Fabergé owned Aquanet moved from being a specialty product that basically only hairdressers used to something everybody used. Because in the 80s, moving out of the 70s, people became very enchanted with giant hair. And giant hair doesn't stand up on its own, it needs help. So I am most certainly not a chemist, and I will link a video that explains hairspray. But to summarize, it is basically glue that is sprayed into your hair. Very similar to wood glue. And the thing about glue is that it keeps things in place because it bonds to itself. And so you are basically spraying glue and creating sort of a net in your hair, holding it in place. But in order to get that glue out of the can, you need a propellant. And in the 80s, the propellant was CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. And the whole world was scared that we were basically creating a hole in our environment. And so the world came together to change the formula for a lot of things, including Aquanet. So the Aquanet we buy now does not have CFCs in it. And in the end, these changes made across nations transformed the ozone layer and basically resolved that problem.